The wooden dummy is to the martial artist what the punching bag is to the boxer. This is a proximity tool. It's a distance tool. It's designed for close quarter combat applications, okay? So once we learn to control our distance, we're controlling the fight in essence. Now, a lot of people don't train with a wooden dummy, and I realize that more people train with a punching bag than a wooden dummy, okay? And that depends on you. That depends on the person, what their specific fighting art is. I believe that most street fights, and I know for a fact that most street fights occur in a very close quarter combat situation. And I'm not talking about necessarily opponent to opponent, but I'm also talking about environmental factors, such as the ability to move around. You don't have the luxury of a ring. You don't have the luxury of even an octagon like you see in a UFC fight, okay? You might be in a gas station, let's say in an aisle in a gas station. You might be on a street next to two parked cars, next to a wall, in an alleyway. You might even be in a bathroom and someone's trying to jump you, okay? So your whole environment changes as well. So when you get used to, and the thought process behind that, getting used to fighting in a very close combat situation, the proximity range, okay? Controlling your distance and being able to be effective and powerful in 18 inches or less, alright? To me, that's very, very important. I do utilize and train with a punching bag, but when we're speaking about the fight, getting into the fight, I can't throw an elbow from 5 feet away. I'm going to be throwing my elbows and my headbutts and my knee strikes all from a close proximity, okay? So this is a tool that enables you to do that, and that's why I advocate using a wooden dummy in addition to a punching bag in your training regimen. Alright, so when we talk about the extreme of the wooden dummy, a distance and proximity, we often think about Bruce Lee in the 1-inch punch, the famous 1-inch punch that he always demonstrates, okay? And people say to me, well, it's really cool that he can do that, but you'll never use that in a real life fight. Alright, it's a very ignorant statement, and those that have not been in a fight probably will make a statement such as that because they haven't experienced that. You can easily pull a knife out from this distance and stab someone. Well, what's the distance? Sometimes it's an inch or two, okay? It's no difference than Bruce Lee's 1-inch punch. You're still as effective and as powerful and as dangerous and deadly in that close proximity. But I'll show a drill that will utilize Bruce Lee's 1-inch punch. It will happen quick. You probably won't even see it. You'll probably have to do slow motion to see where it's coming from, okay? But we're going to get in a very similar street fighting situation to apply this technique, okay? We're in a situation where someone's grabbing you, okay? Like in a wrestling situation, a grappling situation, all right? So from our Wing Chun roots, the roots of Wing Chun, we break out of that. Here we break their grip. Here, the rotational torque of my hip is that power, that snap that's going to break their arm off of you, okay? We're directing that energy 45-degree up corner, okay? So from here, all right, now we clear the path and we apply Bruce Lee 1-inch punch. All right, I'll do it a couple of times just so you can see the punch range, and I'll show you the secondary part of this. So, do you see it? Right when I'm clearing it, I make the fist, and at the moment of impact, I tighten up. That's the Bruce Lee 1-inch punch right there. Alright, now, what we do is we slap that out of the way. When we slap that out of the way, it signifies the specific part of the technique or movement where we're cupping the elbow or the back of the tricep and opening up the opponent's rib cage as we turn them. It exposes this delicate part, which is holding or hiding the kidneys. That's our target point, our intended target, okay? We're going to be using inverted palm strike for that. So once we're here and we make that punch, we cup or we slap, pock out of the way, and invert it. Now this may not seem like much, but I assure you, anyone that has some significant training in the iron palm technique, it's a very, very powerful and effective strike. When we're talking about hitting a fragile part of the rib cage, specifically where the kidney is, it's going to knock the wind out of somebody. So we're here, here. And I'm also controlling my distance.